So, you know you need to improve your child's executive functioning skills. You may have even been working on it throughout the school year, and now your kids are home and you're like, I don't want them to lose any of their progress, but I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, after all, there's no assignments to turn in, there's no tests to study for, there's not all of that school stuff to worry about, right? Remember, executive functioning skills are what help keep us in check in real life. So yes, it includes school, but it also includes our home, our personal, and how we show up in the community. Executive functioning skills are what help us get things done in a way that's kind of like peaceful and joyful, so we're not so stressed out. Executive functioning skills that aren't where they should be can also wreak havoc on your child's personal life at home. So we're going to get into executive functioning skills, strategies that you can implement at home starting, well, as soon as this video is over. You can go ahead and start. Let's back it up a bit. There are 11 executive functioning skills. They help us do things, right? And they also help us think about how we are going to do things, how we should do things, how we want to do things, right? I'm not getting into all 11 skills. I have a great executive functioning guide that you can go ahead and grab right here. It should be below this video. What I do want to share with you is actually a secret. So come close. I'm going to share with you my, my most powerful executive functioning skills that not a lot of people talk about. Come close, 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 close. It is metacognition. Weird name, but it is the one that helps you think about thinking. And if you can get your kids or yourself to just pause and think about the way you think, all the other executive functioning skills will be so much easier to fall into place, which then means that things will get easier for your child, at school, but they'll get easier for them at home. Think about your teenagers starting to manage their own schedule. Think about things that are coming in the future, college, all the independence, really being able to hone in that metacognition, which is giving you that bird's eye view of what you do, and really teach them how to think about things that happened and how to think about thinking. Sounds a little complicated, but I'm gonna break it down for you. And by the time this video is done, you will totally understand what metacognition is, and you will totally understand why it is so important and how you can go ahead and bring it into your everyday life at home. Another great thing about metacognition is we don't need any stuff. We don't need any gadgets. I promise you, I will not be recommending a checklist, an agenda, and a timer. These are all super easy and you can pack and go and take them with you wherever you go. I will share with you that these 3 strategies I'm going to share with you, you can apply them with any activity. A big one, a little one, a simple one. Actually, I encourage you to start with the easiest, quickest thing, because remember, right now you're practicing how to implement these at home, so you want to do it as easy so you start building up your confidence and then you can trickle it down to your child. The second thing I want to say about these strategies is that they really can apply for every age. Now hold on, it's going to look different, right, for your 20-year-old that's in college or your 16-year-old than it's going to look like for your 7-year-old. But the beauty of this is that you can cycle the same strategy through all the developmental age levels, and it works beautifully. It does. So the first part of this concept is previewing, okay? Previewing is actually something that I learned way before, and when I had little children, and it's basically that. You just say, hey, this is what's coming up. And remember, it can be, this is what's coming up in the next hour. This is what's coming up in the next day. Or when we get to the birthday party, it's gonna look like this. After dinner, it's going to look like this. Just giving a check-in, a heads up. Remember, we are thinking about thinking. So what we're doing is not only letting them know what's coming, we are letting their brain figure out, see what it's going to look like, think about what it's going to feel like, so that they can be better prepared when they get there. Which leads us into the second part of this strategy. Having them have opportunities where they get to prepare for what's coming next. And as you can see, if you have a family member at home that struggles with this ability to look ahead, you can see why this is not something that we just want to throw at them and have them do by themselves. I want you to feel comfortable with it so that you can do it with them and with your 7-year-old and probably even with your 15-year-old, right? You're going to need to be there and break it down with them. This is why I want you to start with something super easy, super fast, so you can just get comfortable with the strategy before you go ahead and use it on something that really is a challenge. So preparing may look like we're going to the park. Let's grab a water. What are we going to need when we get to the park? Is it hot? Is it cold? We're going to need a water bottle. Cool. Do you want a snack? Cool. Let's grab it. It may look like something that's quite a gigantic task is we're going to sleepaway camp, right? Let's preview what it's going to be like. Let's start getting the feelings, the excitement. You could even preview any possible conflicts that might come up in sleepaway camp. And then when it comes to preparing, what do we need to bring, right? Do we have a list? Do we want to add anything to the list? So as you can see, we can really spiral this and make it as simple and as complex as you want to, right? Because these are things that I want you to feel comfortable doing at home, right? And it might be a gigantic event like going away to sleepaway camp, but it might just be brushing your teeth, right? But it's the same strategy and you're not really doing anything. This isn't about doing the list that you need for sleepaway camp. This is about thinking about, oh, what else am I gonna need? So don't get caught up in the details. It's not about the list. It's about stopping and thinking, oh, what am I gonna need? It might be getting prepared for what they're gonna do when they get there. What are they gonna say, right? A lot of these have social components. Just remember, it's not about the thing. It's about thinking about what's coming next. It's about thinking about what's gonna happen. What do I need to do before I get there or when I get there? And this, my friends, is my favorite part of this whole strategy. It is called debriefing, right? I have another video that dives deep into debriefing, but what I'm gonna share with you today is debriefing is the after part. Once we talked about what's coming up, we planned for it, we did the thing, we stop and taking, it can be 2 seconds in the car ride home, debriefing as to what happened. What did we think about that? Did we want to do anything different next time? Did something go wrong? Did something go right? And again, you can see how you can do this in the car quick with your 6, 7-year-olds, and you can have some really, really great learning moments with your older kids. Hey, how do you think that went? How did it go? And not so much, oh yeah, it was good, it was fun, more like, what do we need to think about so that we can do it differently next time, so we can get more out of it? Quick tip here, I want you to make sure that you use the strategy when things go right in the beginning, right? Because it's going to be the easiest way to bring out the highlights. There won't be so much emotion attached to it. But I definitely want you to use this when things go right. Number one, it's going to make it easier for you to feel more confident about using this strategy. And number two, remember, we are always trying to build success. Success breeds success. When we have wins with executive functioning, our brain is going to tell us to do more of that, right? So when we debrief after something that went well, our brain may not have noticed that it went well because we packed our camp bag the night before. We were able to get there early and, I don't know, have a morning cupcake with our best friend. It may just be like, oh, cool, I got there early because I snapped my fingers and I magically got there early. Without that piece of information, oh yeah, we planned to pack our bag the night before, which is why I was able to get out the door so early. Those things aren't always so obvious. So there's so much power in debriefing about when things go well. Remember, we want to do more things that go well, and we want to really teach our kids what is it that we did to make this event, activity, moment go well. Debriefing is one of my favorite concepts. This video right here goes into a deep dive about debriefing and how you can use it specifically for that back to school time. So don't forget the executive functioning guide that's linked right here and below this video. Subscribe to this channel so you do not miss anything, and let me know what else do you want to hear about.